We'll go next to the fourth chapter. It's called Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. In this chapter, Krishna takes us to a different level. And not only the Jnana Yoga, but he tells about his own Avatara Rahasyam here. He says, there is nothing for me to do in this world. Even though I am unborn, Ajopi Ajopi Sad Avyayatma Bhutanam Ishvaro San Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atmamaya. I take birth. Even though I am unborn, I take birth. So this is called avataram. Avataram means that which is coming down. Avatarati. So I am, although unborn, and I am avyayam, that which is indestructible. I am not changeable. Yet, even though I am the Ishvara, Lord of the entire universe, I still take myself a particular birth. Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya. I am taking as though taking the Prakriti as my career to come down, Avataram, Sambhavami, by own Maya. And when do I come down? These are famous slokas. Yada yada hi dharmasya, glanir bhavati bharata, abhyutthanam adharmasya, tadatmanam srujamyaham. Whenever this dharma is going down, glanir bhavati, then to uplift that dharma, for that sake I take birth myself. So paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga yuge. So for protection of the good and for punishing the wicked, I take birth. So what is the reason? First, protection of the good. If there is no good, I don't need to come. So people ask, how come Avataram is not there? So first we need to be good. And we had to request the Lord to come down. Then he will come down. So that's why in the Bhagavatam, says all those around earth and everybody goes to Vishnu and says, please come down. This is a time for you to come down. So when the petition comes, says, now I realize I better get up from my waterbed. And then he comes down. And in comes down what form? So he has to come down to solve a problem. So he has to take up the shape or a vesham. If he's a mechanic, to fix the car, he has to come like a mechanic. Yeah, so he needs all the tools and all that, whatever required to fix that. If it's a plumber job, he has to come as a plumber with all those tools. So whatever the demand is, he has to take that vesham. If he needs a half lion and a half man, he comes in that also. So whatever the form that is required, demanded, sambhavami, that is swamaya, my own maya, I create that body, mind, intellect required, with all the tools required, I come down like that only. That is what his, the secret of his avataram. And if you understand this process, I can use this as a methodology for me to grow up. Now he uses this as, if you know me correctly, that the total Brahman himself is coming down. That is an avataram. But even jivas are also same Brahman, because Brahman is infinite, indivisible, but himself takes in the form, that's what the scripture says, that infiniteness, that sadeva saumya idamagramasid, that existence was there before, but that existence itself took birth. It says, let me become many. Bahusyam prada eti. That's what the creation is in our scriptures. It says, what is the essential creation? That Lord, that universe, that Sadananda Swarupam decided himself to become many. So becoming many is different from creation, right? Creation, a goldsmith creates ornaments, but gold becomes ornaments. So becoming means it is the material cause from which the whole universe came. Therefore, himself becoming into many. Therefore, this is also avataram. So everyone in the being is avataram only because he himself became many. But what is the difference from the Lord coming as a Krishna versus we coming in different form? Only difference is we forgot that we came. He doesn't forget that he came. Just as when I go to sleep, I project the dream world in front of me. I am the creator of the dream world, creating the whole creation there, the forest, the rivers, the mountains, everything there, all the people there. I myself enter into the dream as a subject in the dream. I created the whole thing. But I forget and enter myself as one jiva, individual, different from all other jivas that I have created, and look at the world and say, oh Lord, who created this whole universe? I, the waker, who created the entire universe, entered myself as a jiva in the creation, forget that I am the creator. And looking at the creation, this creation is separate, he is separate, she is different, he is like that, he is like that, good. All that drama is going on in my dream. And complain, oh Lord, and stay, oh let's pray Lord and do Lord, all that. Who is that? Me alone, that Satchidananda, Suchinmaya, that consciousness that I am is the one that is pervading by who? By the mind. I using the same mind, projecting everything, and also projecting myself as a tiny, teeny jiva there. Not that tiny, teeny, it is the same size in the dream. But I forgot that I am the creator. The same one, the total creation from that point, Satchidananda Swarupam. Then who is dreaming? The total vasana of all beings together is what is called Maya. The vasanas of I have, vasanas of you have, all vasanas put together becomes the cause for the creation. Because why did this creation is like this? We complain because I have this kind of vasanas, you have that kind of vasanas, yes, that kind of vasanas. So what, Lord? Oh, these people have these vasanas, let me fulfill. All that is created, the suppressions and oppressions of my waking mind forms the vasanas for the creation of the dream world. In the same way, the vasanas of all beings that are in the subtle form are projected out in this creation as the total forms of different bodies and mind. Now we follow the whole scenario now. So what should I do? Uttishta, Jagrata, get up, get up. That's what the scripture screams about. Get up from the sleep. And therefore, how do I get up? Prepare your mind to get up first. So, Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Upasitaha Baho Jnana Tapasa Puta Madbhava Magataha. Says you had to give up all this Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha, all these emotional things that you have to give up. How? By surrendering to the me as the Lord. Until then, I have a Lord out there. So now follow the passages here. This is the bhakti. Bhakti involves a Lord. Bhakti Karma Yoga involves bhakti. So karma and both upasana involves where I am invoking a creator in the creation and doing the prayers, oh Lord, I am surrendering to you. Where the Lord is out there, I am offering to Him as Karma Yoga in terms of offering to the Lord. All that until my mind gets purified enough when I even drop the Lord. Unceremoniously. How? When I recognize that I am Satchidananda Swarupam, I am the consciousness, I am there, the world is there, I am seeing in the waking state. This waking world is not there, I am a dreamer, the dream world is there, dream world is dismissed, I am deep sleeper. I don't see any objects there. I am there all the time. Creator came in the Jagat, in the world, I brought the Creator also. When I go to dream state, I myself was a creator and I forgot I am creator. And even that world is dismissed. I am deep sleeper. I slept very well with no problems of any one of you is there, right? So that I am happily sleeping. I am waker, I am dreamer, I am deep sleeper, but I am none of them. I am pure because these things are going and coming. Agama, Paino, Nitya, these are coming and going. Why should I care for that? I am as I am, independent of this. I can take the role of a waker once I understand it. I can play the waker, I can play the dreamer, I can play the deep sleeper. Play is not a problem, but if I get lost in the drama of the play, forget that I am an actor playing this role, and I think I am really a king, although king role I am playing in the drama, and start ordering everybody, since I am a king, they will put me in the hospital. I am only king in that role in the drama. I am an actor who is different from the king. Next time I am a beggar or something else. Drama can go on. Why do I want to play drama? It's fun. Because I have capacity to run. Not many people can act, but I can act. Therefore, I want to act. Therefore, if I understand that, I will never suffer. Those who understand, therefore, I have no fear of anything in the drama. Oh, I am going to be killed, I am a king and the other king is fighting with me. Should I have to worry about it? Hey, this is the drama. Why do I have to worry about it? So, Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, all those things, emotions, in the drama, I can play the drama with all that, knowing very well, I don't have any of that. So, that is actually understanding of this. And those who understand this, they want to purify their mind. So, etam mam prapajyante tam stadaiva bhajamyaham mama vartmana vartante manushya partha sarvasa. Those who pray me in whatever form they take, because every form in the creation is his form. Creation is not different from him. So, in what form I should invoke him? Should it be in the Krishna form or the Shiva form? Oh, my form is real, your form is not real. What's all this? Because every form is all actions are from me only. So you give up everything else. So therefore, when I recognize that everything is nothing but the Lord himself, what kind of enemies I have, what kind of this one I have. I can play as an enemy, I can play as a friend, knowing well he is not, he is only my own reflection. So I can take any form as a representative of that which is without any form. Every form includes that form, him only. If I understand that he is not really in any form because he is all pervading everywhere, but for my invocation, for my mind to concentrate, I cannot concentrate on everything. Therefore, for my concentrate, I can use any form, but he is beyond the form. Etam mam prapajyante. Whatever anybody invokes in any form, I bless him in that form myself. Tam tadaiva bhajamyaham. So people worship in all forms and everything in this universe. Some people are bhaktas, some people are bhoktas, bhogis and yogis. They are all enjoying him only. So I say, I'm trying to please my boss. The Lord is coming in the boss form. Get pleased and give him blessings in that form. I'm pleasing my husband, my wife. Lord is coming in that form, blessing husband or wife in that form, and you get result whatever that is. Etamam prabhajyante, in whatever form I invoke the Lord, in that form he blesses me. So whether I am going for these objects for satisfaction, those are gods that I am praying. Yeah, I'll be blessed in that. But I am going that who is going after the highest one, they reach me only. So that is essentially the beauty of the here Krishna goes into the human emotional mental evolution. Says chaturvanyam maya sustam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram api mam vidhi kartaram avyayam. So here, chaturvanyam maya srishtam gunakarma. This is a sloka that was been interpreted, misinterpreted and all that. Here Krishna declares there are 4 categories. The emotional evolution of the human beings can be characterized into 4 forms. And this classification, I said, these are universal personalities telling us. Krishna in the universal form. Therefore, this is not just across the board of the human mentality, and it can be classified into 4 forms. On what basis? Guna karma vibhagasaha. On the basis of guna and karma. Guna is that which attributes of that. This is going to come more exhaustively in the 14th chapter. What are the trigunas and what are their attributes, lakshanas, all that will come. But no, all this human evolution of the mental evolution is those on that. Those who are oriented towards the knowledge are sattvika, because the sattva guna propels one to know. So those who are oriented to gain knowledge are sattvika. Those who are restless, I want to do something, what's the point in sitting here and spending 2 days here? These people are suffering, let's go and do some work. Those are people who want to do, they are rajasic type. Say, kya yaar, what is all this? Let's go and sit, watch TV, have a beer or something and sit in front of TV and maja, what's all this? Nothing will happen. And those are called tamasic. So, depending upon the mental evolution of the beings, say people, if you ask people to come, say, what God is, what is all those, they have not done anything, or evil criticize all those people also. I tell you, in the 18th chapter, I will tell you what tamasika guna means. So, these tendencies, or human tendencies, are there in the evolutionary process. And that division, essentially because of that, is no, it is my own creation too. So, once I know, what is the use of knowing it? It's not to tell, hey, this fellow is a Brahmin, or this fellow is not a Brahmin, this fellow is this one. It's not to classify other people. It is to be, everybody has these vasanas, these gunas, the sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, depending upon the day of time. In the middle of, if you're almost 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, if you disturb me, I will not be responsible for anything I do because I'll be sleeping. Because tamas has taken over. So this changes will occur even as a function of day, as a function of evolution from childhood on. So this is nothing to do with any of that. It is mind evolution. And those that are predominantly involved in where I want to know what is the truth, jignasu, and the one who wants to know the truth about it. And the highest knowledge is the one who is a sattvika. All other knowledge is not really knowledge. That is the highest knowledge. In any other knowledge, you become, the more you know, the more ignorant become. Because this knowledge is the knowledge where kasmin no bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati. A fellow who goes into the teacher, says, teach me, knowing which I will know everything. That's it. Because if I know chemistry, I will get lost into, I become specialized smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. More I specialize, I know more and more about little and little only. Whereas here is a tall request, please don't teach me everything that I can think of, teach me that knowledge. It says, if you know the bottom of everything, then you know everything. Because from which the everything came, by which it is sustained, into which it goes back, that Brahman knowledge, if you have it, then you know everything. And that knowledge is real knowledge. For that, one has to be sattvika, that we will see in the later chapters. So we're in the middle of 4th chapter. Once Krishna described that avatara aspect of it, then he goes into the Jnana Yoga and Jnana Sannyasa Yoga aspect. Means sannyasam with understanding that what is truth. So in these scriptures, it says, Tyage naike amrutatva manasuhu. That's what we do in the Arati part in that sloka. So by tyagam only, na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amrutatva manasuhu. So by tyagam means by renunciation only, you can reach the highest. Amrutattva means that which is changeless, that which is eternal, that is changeless. You can reach that only by renunciation. Renunciation is not wearing orange clothes, that's only changing clothes. So what is renunciation is giving up my attachments. So raga, dvesha, attachments to the external objects and things, I had to give up. But I cannot give up unless I attach to something else, higher. So it is sannyasa yoga. Sannyasa means renunciation, yoga is attachment. It's called detachment attachment technique. I had to attach to something higher so that I can give up lower. So this I can do it provided I have the value for the higher and no value for the lower. So I should understand in the process that having attachment to the higher is beneficial for me, that I will gain a larger or greater happiness that I am longing for by giving up lower and attaching to something higher. So the one who gives up, see, tyaktva karma phala sangam nityatrupto nirasrayah karmanyapi pravuttopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. So here we are looking at the situation where in the last chapter, this is everyone has to perform an action. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. You remember that sloka? Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tushtasya karma. The one who is born has to work. At the same time, I cannot do work. If I do work, I get entangled in the work. And when entangled, then I have raga, dveshas, attachments, all these things come. So how do I mix these two? So here, understanding number one, I am not a doer. That's the first thing. So how do I get that understanding? First, I have to give up the fruits of the actions, my attachment to the fruits first, tyaktva karma phala sangam. And once I give up, then understand that action itself I can give up, but I cannot give up the action. So what should I give up? I give up the notion that I am a doer. Well, doing is going on. So how do you do this? That's what is going to tell in this. What is action? What is not action properly has to be understood. Just now we said, using the previous chapter, the example of a villager who was carrying the luggage on his own head to help the train. If you remember that, we are exactly doing the same thing when performing an action. I have a notion that I am an actor, well, the action is going on. But I am not really an actor, and I should shift my attention to that I am consciousness, and in my presence the matter is working. Matter is Prakriti, is working in my presence. So if I understand that, my attitude towards the action becomes a different. So what is exactly action? Who is an actor? Krishna himself says it's very difficult to understand unless you attend this Gita camp. Why? He says,